Iyer has similarly raised serious apprehension. This was the background in which our government brought about the National Judicial Commission Appointment Bill. And in a truly remarkable scenario in the country, there was complete political unanimity. The Parliament, Lok Sabha, passed it without a single dissent. In the Raj Sabha, there was just one walkout. 20 legislature of the state unanimously approved it. Therefore, in spite of the continuous divide in the polity of India, there was complete political unanimity in the country. Now the Supreme Court has passed the judgment, striking it down. We will go through it in detail. But let me make one point. We uphold the independence of judiciary very dearly to us. We belong to those brand of political activists who have fought during emergency for 3 freedoms of India: individual freedom, press freedom, and independence of judiciary. Right from the Prime Minister to the Home Minister, to Shri Arun Jaitley, to Sushma Swaraj, to myself, to many others, all fought. This shows our unflinching commitment to the notion of independence of judiciary. But having said that, today I would like to ask a question to myself. Namely, the Constitution came in the year 1950. Until 1993, appointments were made. And now, should we presume that there were no good appointments earlier? Some of the most outstanding judges came before 1993, from Justice Chandrachud to Justice Bhagwati, Justice Kania to Pantanjali Shastri, to Justice K. Krishna Iyer, to Venkat Charaya. Those are well known. But now the Supreme Court has given the judgment. In our view, this exercise, after deep consideration for more than 20 years, was a part of a process of judicial reform. We will examine the judgment. We have yet to go through it completely. But I thought today was the occasion for me to give the background in which the India government, headed by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, has brought this legislation. They're structured, and yes, when they are themselves saying that we need to get suggestions on improving the working of the collegium system, that means there was something wrong in there which requires to be addressed. We'll go to the judgment, examine, and thereafter come out with a structured response what future course of action. Thank you. Thank you.
Sir,
Thank you.
Is it a setback to the legislature, sir? Is it a setback to the legislature?
No. As far as we are concerned, we don't see at all in the context of any confrontation within the judiciary and legislature. Okay? It is their power to examine the constitutional validity. Therefore, we don't see at all in the context of any confrontation. But as I said, we'll examine the judgment and decide our future course.
So, but instead of striking down the amendment completely, shouldn't the provisions have been watered down perhaps?
Unless I have read to the judgment, it will not be proper for me to make any comments.
What kind of timelines are you looking at, sir, in terms of examination?
The law ministry is there, they will process it, will come with a structured response. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
तो रविशंकर प्रसाद को आप यहां पर सुन रहे थे, जो कि आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जो फैसला आया है एनजेएसी पर, उस पर यहां पर अपना पक्ष यहां पर रखते हुए उन्होंने कहा कि ठीक है, सुप्रीम कोर्ट के फैसले का स्वागत करते हैं, हम सम्मान करते हैं, लेकिन इस पर अध्ययन किया जाएगा, क्योंकि एनजेएसी को ऐसे ही नहीं लाया गया था, बल्कि बहुत सोच समझकर एनजेएसी लाया गया था। 20 राज्यों से जो है वो एनजेएसी पर समर्थन हासिल था। संसद के दोनों सदन जो हैं वो एनजेएसी पर सहमत थे। तो एनजेएसी सिर्फ ऐसे ही नहीं लाया गया था, बल्कि काफी सोच समझकर इसे लाया गया था। संसद में भी समर्थन मिला था। दोनों सदन जो है वो इस पर राजी थे, सहमत थे। और हम हालांकि इस फैसले का अध्ययन करेंगे, लेकिन यह है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जो फैसला है ये सम्मान इसका करना चाहिए और हम इसका सम्मान करते हैं। तो ये बात यहां पर स्पष्ट करते हुए रविशंकर प्रसाद